Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Podcast, the podcast reviews movies and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 563, and it is your review of John Wick Chapter 4. And it's me.
1 through 4. No, okay.
Now, oh, God, wow. No, would be a
That's a
long,
lot.
long episode. Yes, the nerd, you got to hear the host alongside my wonderful co host, Luis, who was
What's up?
out of focus for like a good minute right there.
Yeah, also, I just realized we're fucking
Oh,
vice
yeah.
versa. I
Yeah.
mean, at this point, it's like,
It's
what's the
just
difference?
I always put me over here because like the way it looks when I'm on the other side is that I'm looking to over here. So
So
it's like
here,
I'm not actually looking at
that's
y'all.
actually fair. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
actually fair.
That's why I always put myself on the other side.
I
Because
saw
what's it
someone
called?
do a telegraph thing where they put like a
Yeah.
black mirror in front. It's fucking. I might try
Yeah.
that next time.
Yeah.
But
But
what's
it's
up?
no, not much, man. Just it's Sunday.
Yeah.
I had to do some washing and had to, get some stuff around here. I started watching the movie that I need to review for Friday for my channel. And I am almost, dude. I don't even know if I can say I'm halfway there. I think I'm like almost there though. I need part three and part four. Part three is an hour and 21 minutes, and I think part four is an hour and 40. So
Yeah.
I'm almost done.
I never do understand like why some people choose to direct or capture long ass footage for movies. I get it. You want to include everything you possibly can in your story, but it's
Yeah.
like tampoco.
Well,
It's like,
have you ever like seen the book War and Peace before, Elise?
yeah, it's fucking huge.
Yeah. So adapting
So
that
that's an
shit,
encyclopedia. Yeah,
yeah, adapting that thing is gonna be a challenge.
yeah. I mean, same with Lord of the Rings, right? Because it's the
Yeah.
thick ass books and shit. It's fucking.
Yeah. But the whole point is that like people consider the Lord of the Rings like the three films to be just one movie because it's
Oh,
just
do
such a
they?
yeah. Well,
I know they were filmed consecutively and
yeah,
shit, but like
consecutively. It's one big
the
story,
release and
right?
whatnot. Yeah.
But
Fuck it. I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
it's been a lot of movies that I've been watching right now. But what's up with you, bro?
I'm good. Went to work for a bit. Decided to call it early, even though I got good. Yeah, DoorDash. If someone were to ask me what to do as a like a side hustle slash official job, is like DoorDash right now seems pretty good option.
So
Um,
so Uber Eats screwed you, but you decided to move to the competition.
Fuck yeah, I'll endorse DoorDash, whatever. If I ever make it big on Twitch or whatever, my TikTok, and they ask me to endorse, I'm gonna endorse DoorDash wholeheartedly. Because god damn, bro, at least they seem to care. They seem to care enough to give you an option of pay by the hour, which is a little more complicated than what it sounds, but you still get a
Yeah.
certain amount guaranteed by the hour of you driving and shit. So you're not like wasting time. And fucking Uber Eats fucks you over with like tips and shit, giving you like $2 to $3. Like that's the
Yeah.
normal amount. That's the average shit.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you got that situated. You don't have to deal with Uber's like stupid insurance thing. So,
Yeah, that's another thing. They really they have a trust honor, which I respect. Um, but yeah,
but yeah, you were like, "Fuck it, what's it called? DoorDash can give me
yeah, dude.
more."
As soon as I saw that they're not like actively asking for me to add that, they're like,
Oh,
all right,
bet.
cool, bet, yeah. It's like I'll give it test runs, gather data, see the best kind of format to like not fuck up my car because it's my daily driver, and then also get enough money to pay my own bills and whatnot. So it's
Yeah.
like
Well, fuck it.
it's nice. Yeah,
Man's
it's
back
all
on the
right
road. Man's is back on the
for
road.
at least
Yeah.
now. Yeah,
Yep. But yeah, man. I mean, it's just another Sunday. This will be available for everybody on Monday, y'all. This is just going a little bit early for the patrons live for them. So of course, if you do want to, what's it called, have this early and live for you, you can go over to patreon.com/nerdcore, choose that nice little $1 tier, and you get access to this live stream for you all. But for everybody else, you get to watch this on Monday for the public. It's just a couple of hours early for the patrons. But yeah, we watched this movie
yep.
and went to go see it in the theaters. And I think it's time that we talk about it because Brad's still not back, and we have seen movies, so might as well just talk about him, right,
That
Brad?
man, yeah, that
Right,
man,
bro?
fucking hiatus, and definitely, I don't know,
I don't know.
hasn't
Oh,
even
he's here.
returned.
He's here. They just have him doing every other thing but this.
Fucking
Yeah.
but yeah, no, we went to go see it. It was fun time. Been expecting this since last year because last year was supposed to come out, but
Mhm.
pandemic. and
Well,
stuff.
actually, like
But
once upon a time in 2020, we were actually supposed to get this with what's it called? We were gonna have a nice little Keanu weekend, man. It was gonna be
oh,
Matrix Resurrections and John
that's
Wick
right.
Chapter 4
That's
releasing that same
right.
weekend.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep, that's right. I forgot
yeah,
about that.
yeah.
But
But it didn't
it
work like that.
was who's the owner? Lionsgate. Lionsgate has shit happen, and then
Yeah, they had to
that's
delay it because of production and all these things, and yep,
uh,
everything ended up going down the shitter with that. But
it came out, and it's currently the number one quote unquote movie of the
yeah,
weekend. So
yeah, to the point that Zachary Levi is telling people to go watch it instead of just.
he said no, no. So based on the video I saw,
He said
it's
like
him. It's like I enjoy John Wick and stuff, and if you want to go watch it, go watch it. It's definitely a good watch, but like it's not a family. He's trying to like
he's trying
deter
to
you.
convince you. He's like,
Those
I
pieces of
really want to
Sam.
come back for the rebooted DC universe, guys. Please go watch it.
Yeah, it's crazy. That whole Shazam articulation is weird. We didn't even brush up on that whole thing when
Yeah,
we did the review for Fury of Gods, but
yeah,
damn, man, him and The Rock, Dwayne.
yeah. Wow, that's yeah. Like that happened way after we finished the
Yeah,
reviewing the
yeah, yeah.
movie. But I'm like, yeah, that just whole thing is just
It's a
yeah.
little messy.
It was really messy. Once again,
Yeah,
goes to show you that some best interests weren't had over at DC Films, and they
yeah,
yeah, somebody really thought that Black Adam was going to be the movie that was going to reboot the franchise, and
yeah.
yeah, that's not what.
And then yeah, Dwayne's ego let him not
Yeah.
be good.
Yep. With that said, though, let's go ahead and get ready to get into this review. And
John Wick.
oh, look, we got Stacy in here with us.
What's
Stacy, I
up,
just go watch
Stacey?
Black Adam in theaters. Oh wait. uh,
Nah.
yeah,
I
good to see you,
wish.
Stacy. But if you haven't watched John Wick Chapter 4 or the previous three films and you want to get out of here, either way, how it goes, this is your one and only spoiler warning. And it is, in effect, in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, there we go, y'all. So I got to read here and then we'll go ahead and get into it, but you all know how this goes. So John Wick Chapter 4 is a 2023 American neo-noir action thriller film directed by Chad Stahelski and written by Shay Hayton and Michael Finch. The sequel to John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum, 2019, and the fourth installment in the John Wick franchise. It stars Keanu Reeves as the title character alongside Donnie Yen, Bill Skarsgård, Lawrence Fishburne, Hideyuki Sanada. That's right, the GOAT Sanada's in this one. Yep. Shamir Anderson and Lance Reddick in one of his final roles. Rin Sawayama, Scott Adkins, and Ian McShane. In
Yeah,
the film, John Wick sets out to get revenge on the High Table and those who left him for dead. Uh,
that's it.
no, we got more. We got
Okay.
more. We
I
got
mean,
more.
that summarizes basically well enough.
Yeah, but that's been the summary for like the past three films. God damn it. Yeah,
That's
well,
true.
the past two.
Faster.
Um, Development for a fourth John Wick film was confirmed prior to the release of its predecessor. It was formally announced by Lionsgate in May 2019. It is the first film in the franchise not to be written by franchise creator Derek Kolstad, with Hatton hired in May 2020, followed by Finch in March 2021. Principal photography took place from June to October 2021, with filming locations including France, Germany, New York City, and Japan. Originally set for release on May 21st, 2021, John Wick Chapter 4 faced the delays due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The film had its premiere at the Odeon Lux Leicester Square in London on March 6, 2023, and was released in the United States on March 24 by Lionsgate. It received positive reviews from critics who praised the production values, action sequences, and performances, though some lamented the runtime. It has grossed $137 million globally. And of course, shot by Dan Lauston, um, one great cinematographer, y'all. I mean,
Yeah, some dope shit.
oh man, this guy, what's it called? He's done. I believe he was the one who did the Nightmare Alley with Guillermo.
Oh,
So
cool.
that man's been putting in some work. Yeah, The Shape of Water, Mimic, Crimson Peak.
Okay.
Oh yeah, man. This guy's. I'm glad that he got this guy to work with him this time because
Yeah,
oh
this
my
is
god,
they
yeah,
definitely got some dope ass shots compared to
yeah.
like other films have cool shots, but this one definitely have I think the best ones
I
out of
think
the
they
entire
upped the
franchise.
ante. They
Yeah, yeah,
100% upped the
because you
ante on
can't
this
go
one.
down from what you already put out. You know, you can only go up from what you
Yeah,
have.
yeah. But yeah, I'm glad he got to work with them again, and they really decided to kind of push it this time. Edited by Nathan Orloff. Music is done by Tyler Bates and Joel J. Richard, and it sits at 2 hours and 49 minutes. My
Yep.
God, on a budget of $100 million, it has so far made $137.5 million at the box office. That means it is well on its way to becoming a success,
Yep.
because I doubt anything soon is going to dethrone that. I'm not
I
exactly
mean,
sure.
what do we have currently? So this upcoming week, Dungeons and Dragons. Uh no, yeah, in
Uh,
the next month I don't think we have anything. I had nothing up to mind for April.
I think
Yeah,
the
no,
only
dog.
thing that'll be like a big change here, I mean,
Super Mario maybe.
yeah, Super Mario. But like honestly, I think for until maybe April 5th, it's pretty much got a good open window to make a good amount of
Yeah,
bank.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, more
I
than likely,
mean,
because yeah,
if they planned the release for this specific day because they saw that nobody else was kind of gonna be on top dog on this one, they did good with that.
no, they chose a really good date,
Yeah,
because
really good day. Yeah,
yeah, even then, dude, honestly, like it isn't until maybe
May somewhere
May
between.
something. Like I
Yeah,
mean, April 21st, we have the Evil Dead Rise come out, but like I
that I
don't,
mean that's like a certain niche of group that really
yeah.
enjoys that film.
It's until like May 5th for Guardians, bro. Like I don't
Yeah,
I think I think both John Wick and Mario are gonna have a pretty easy couple of weeks until they can make some good money, man.
that's probably gonna be what they're playing on Prime and Dove for a bit. Because all
Yeah,
the some of the, like majority of the April films aren't gonna
yeah,
be shown in those formats. They're gonna be regular,
yeah.
from my knowledge currently.
Spoilers, they killed his pet rock. The bastards.
That's in the Meat Canyon one.
Stacy says, look out, John Wick. Chris Pine and his loot is coming.
I mean,
Yep. Luis, you are the biggest fan here of
yeah,
John Wick that I know. So you want to go ahead and open up with your initial thoughts on John Wick Chapter 4?
yeah. Surprisingly, so it was gonna be out of the four films, it was gonna be on par with my least favorite one, which is one, which is not saying much because I enjoy all three or now four. But it definitely had its fault at the beginning, but by the end, it caught me by surprise, and like I dig what they did by like I think in the later half, like as soon as we hit the halfway mark and then we get things rolling downhill, that's where things just keep going at a good pace for me. And then yeah, it ended up being hella good, enjoyable. I wish I brought my blanket though. I forgot it was 2 hours because I got cold a little bit.
Oof.
I would have been hella comfy.
Yeah. I like I said, yo, I love the first film. Like that to me is the best one that they've made, and I found two to be all right. I didn't really like care too much about it, but I did think that they had some really interesting stuff that they worked in within there. I did not like chapter three. I was not a fan of it whatsoever, and honestly, I think that this film is better than chapter three. But I have to say that between the second act being a drag for me to the fell asleep. And you know, the third act kind of recuperating that for me. It did a
Mhm.
pretty good job of bringing it back. And honestly, I think the last 10 minutes of this movie pretty much were like, okay, cool. I'm glad that we went in this direction, because
Yeah,
if we would have, left it in the same place that we've left it in the last couple movies,
it would have been a bit much.
would have been worse. Like I think I
Yeah,
would have been saying like I outright don't like this movie. But
mm,
I felt kind of down the middle, man. I just thought it was fine. I didn't think it
yeah,
was anything great. I've seen them do like what's like obviously I would say the technical stuff is just fantastic in this movie. They've done it
yeah,
great again. But I'd rather say that like when I'm thinking about this within the franchise, this is just above chapter three for me. And it's I haven't watched chapter two in a while, but I'd say that I like chapter two a little more than this. But
yeah, definitely.
yeah, it was kind of a struggle to get through this movie at
Yeah.
points. Yeah,
No, I feel you there. I think it's the um you what you mentioned before off topic out of like the nerd corner show when we just talked is that
yeah,
you don't like the repetitiveness of some of the action that they do,
yeah, man.
which is understandable, especially in this one because in the first couple of like intense battles that we see, there were points where I thought we were gonna end and then it continued. I'm like, oh, okay, well. Okay, I was like, we could have finished here, and I would have been completely done. Like, cool, like, oh, that was perfect, right? But then they continue on where it kind of felt draggy, and that might be a writing thing, like bringing in that new writer that kind of hasn't worked with,
Yeah,
like mixing a good two 1.5 and 1.5 of story and choreography in the series. Maybe that could have been it. It could also be that Chad wanted to show a bit more choreography than he did from the third one. I don't know. But yeah, the first couple, like I'd say the entirety of the first part kind of drags a little bit, but then by this halfway of the second act and third one are
yeah,
they steady up a bit. But yeah,
yeah.
no, I can understand that.
I can agree with you. I think the second half works way more than the first half.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like if we could have kept with the pacing of the second half of the movie, I think I would have been way more on board for this.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it's kind of really rocky where they start. Though I did like the way that it what's it called starts with what's his name with
Lawrence Fishburne.
with Lawrence Fishburne just like hyping you up and he's like the
Yeah,
motherfucking king and I'm like
has arrived, and you just the snapping of the Keanu snapping on the
yeah,
board and stuff. It's like, yeah, that was pretty
yeah,
cool. I really enjoyed. I love that they brought him back solely. Maybe it was just a scheduling conflict because I know in the third one third and second one technically they have a way bigger role
yeah,
than they do in this one, but his presence is there and it's known. It's like he doing his own shit. Like
yeah.
we'll probably get a spin-off series, who knows, but um his presence was good in the film. Same with what's the eloquently spoken motherfucker, the manager. Forget his name. I've
I,
seen him everywhere as a child growing up and shit, but I don't
that's
remember
not
his
what's
name.
his name that's freaking what's it Lance no not Lance I'm sorry
No, no.
no not Scott Adkins Ian McShane
McShane, yeah,
yeah
Ian
the
McShane.
man with the veneers bro that man's got veneers in that
The
movie.
the one with the veneers, the fat suit one.
No. I'm talking about the manager of the New
He
York
has
Continental.
veneers.
Bro, those things are veneers, bro. 100%. They are too
I just
nice,
thought
bro.
I thought it was he just kept up with his teeth, man. I'm like, all right, he's so
Winston.
eloquently
Yeah.
spoken. You know how John Carlos Esposito talks?
Yeah.
This man has that type of tone
Yeah.
with his British little slang to it. He
Yeah.
he has that like that formal yet threatening voice
Yeah.
modulation or whatever the fuck you want to say. But yeah, dude, he was good. He was good in that one too.
Yeah.
He a little bitch for betraying Johnny. I don't know. I get
Yeah.
it, but story
I
wise, I don't know.
I also gotta say, Lance Reddick, rest in
Yep.
peace to the man, of course. I liked that they killed him because I was worried that he was gonna he's like,
Live.
how do you go with that, man? Like, it's like, oh, you keep him in the film and he lives, and it's like, oh crap, how are we gonna get Lance Reddick in this if he's dead? And I think that it worked well within the story for them to kill him off
Hmm.
like that.
Spare the manager's life and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it worked, and I gotta say that in the last three films that we've had Lance Reddick, I mean, I think that he served his story well, and I
Hmm.
think that killing him off was the right decision in this movie.
Yeah.
But I will say this, and I don't know how it'll land with you, Luis.
But
I did not buy Bill Skarsgård. I am
those
so
what?
sorry. Bill Skarsgård. I did not buy him as the villain.
Oh,
He
as a villain,
He did not do it for me one freaking bit.
he
Like,
I wouldn't call him a villain. I'd call him an annoyance. Same with the Italian from the second one. It's the
yeah,
D'Angelo. I think that was his name. Um, but yeah, his villain trope. Well, to be fair, this whole series doesn't do like villain stuff. They're all technically bad people,
well, like the
but
villain is supposed to be like the table, right? Like the
yeah,
and like then this guy's supposed to be big, like part of a bigger problem. But like,
yeah.
I there was just something about Bill Skarsgård that just didn't work with this character.
I
Like,
think they wanted to go with like a childlike villainy, like a egoist that wants things done his own way, type of deal. That's probably where it kind of like I'm more like smacking my lips type of villain annoyed, other than fearful villain. Like I'm afraid for my
yeah,
life type of villain. But yeah, I mean, it's probably also a thing of like I was expecting his eye to start switching to the left or some shit,
Yeah.
but he
I
did
don't
have some
know. It
fancy
just
suits though.
yeah, look, man, it it worked for like him sending out Donnie Yen, right? But like
Yeah,
every single time that his dialogue was part of the film, it didn't work for me how he approached the character, and I think that it just overall didn't feel as threatening as he should have been,
yeah,
and
yeah.
didn't feel like he had like a really big part in this movie, even though he does.
I think for me, I didn't feel threatened because I knew one, he was gonna die,
Yeah,
but also he's like a pompous person with money. Like he's
yeah,
not above the table. They just gave him that level to take care of it because they
yeah,
got bigger shit to deal with, right? Even though John Wick is pretty much a big problem right now.
yeah,
So he probably like begged them to let him take over and get his resources to take
yeah,
care of it and whatnot to show off. But it's very much, I think the main villain for me, or like someone more threatening, was the old guy that was also cut off finger like Johnny was. Um, what's
yeah.
his name? Fucking, I seen him in other stuff.
You're talking about the dude with the dog?
No, no, no. Old dude
No.
with the all black, kind of looked like he was a Nazi general. You know how they wear all that black suit and whatnot with the hat, white beard,
Oh,
little
Clancy Brown, the
yeah,
Harbinger,
Clancy Brown.
the
Yeah,
Harbinger. Yeah,
Harbinger, the Harbinger. I
yeah,
felt more threatened by him.
yeah,
Um, which is, I mean, the point because they're like do or die type of
yeah,
people in that world. Um, but I don't know. Yeah, it's a little like all the people with money in this type of world feel childlike and pompous. I don't think I'm supposed to feel fearful only as such because they have money. You know, like
yeah,
someone with money has power, thus you should feel fear, but it's not really fear. It's more like I don't want to deal with this because I don't have money or resources like that. So you know, I try to avoid it, right? Because same with Santino is his name, Santino. Same with
D'Angelo.
Santino. Yeah, fucking just went full racism on Italian names, huh?
Yep.
Uh, but
Bye bye,
Santino was the same
Italian
way.
listeners.
Santino was the same way to me as in the terms of like he was like more, he didn't threaten me, and he definitely didn't threaten John. It was more so like he had power because he had the marker for one, and also he's one of the family, or quote unquote one of the richer families that has a table at the seat. He doesn't have it, but like, you know, um because the same energy that Skarsgård gave, I feel the same way with Santino's actor.
Stacy, I love that you bring this up. So Donnie Yen is a blind assassin in this film, a
Hmm.
blind force wielder in Rogue One. Is he angling for a Zatoichi remake or what? I
He might
would
be
love this so much. I
Mr.
would
Yen.
love to see Donnie Yen as Zatoichi the blind swordsman. Like
Blind
I
Spawn
I
and
I
shit.
love that. I would love that. But
He's
also
good.
I would like I would like to say that, if anybody's a standout in this movie, it is, to me, it is freaking Donnie Yen. Donnie
Yeah.
Yen like absolutely commands this presence of his on screen. He does a great job with his choreography,
Oh yeah.
and I loved his chemistry with everybody, with John,
Mhm.
with John Wick, with
With
what's
Hirokama or
Hirokama, yeah,
uh
Shimazu,
Sh-
Koji, yeah,
Koji.
Koji, from the Osaka Continental, and
Hmm.
even then, just that little bit of time we get with Akira, I think that was great too. To me, that Donnie Yen to me is like 100% a no brainer is the person that you pass the torch for this series, because I think that's kind of what it's going down, right? Like I mean, of course, John Wick dies at the end of this film, but
Supposedly, yeah.
yeah,
I don't know. I don't. He's. I mean, if he gave up there on purpose because of his whole wife memorial, which I kind of dig, I respect it because it's a
please,
perfect end.
yeah.
But you know, like, what's another way of retiring if no one wants to let you retire? Is just faking your own death. You know, it's
I don't
like,
know, man. I Please let him be dead.
yeah, yeah.
Please let him be
He
dead.
is gonna be back though for the
Ballerina, yes.
ballerina, but that
Yeah.
takes in between 3 and 4, so it's like
Yeah.
fine. But yeah, dude, fucking Donnie Yen was a legend. I expected nothing less from him. As
Of
soon as I saw
course.
him in the
It's
trailer and
Hitman,
I heard
baby.
that he was gonna be
Yeah.
in it, I was like, I wasn't. I was gonna like in my head it was nothing but positive thoughts
Of
of like how
course.
this shit would go, and then to add that he was blind because in the trailer we didn't get that he was blind. He was just
No.
uh dude with his fucking katana and whatnot.
Yeah.
But adding that blindness to it is dope.
Yeah.
And the way he moved around. Of course, it's a little over dramatic, over the top, right? Because it is that type of movie. It's not like Daredevil with the whole
No. Like
sonar
Stick.
thing. Yeah,
Oh, like Stick. Yeah. But
fucking,
I mean, every time I saw him, I was like, oh, Stick from Daredevil, and I was like,
fucking.
but also I know that he like deep down that character from what's it called what's his name's character, oh, Kane. I'm
Okay.
hoping that Kane wasn't the terrible father figure that Stick is to Matt
To
because
yeah, I
Jesus,
heard I've seen like one clip of or like seen comic panels as well that this trainer was a fucking dick.
dude,
Uh,
Stick is a dick, bro. Like
yeah,
Stick is
abusive level of like fucked
abusive.
up.
Yeah, he's terrible, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
terrible person.
yeah, he is
Uh,
not a good person to
yeah,
Matt
nah.
or to
I,
Electra. Yeah, but
but
yeah, Donnie Yen is great, bro.
mhm.
I really like Sawayama. She played Akira, and I hope that she is in Ballerina because that will be great.
Oh yeah, hopefully
Yeah,
she's a baddie too. Shit,
yeah. But other than that, I
Katya.
mean,
Oh, dude, I wanted to talk the tracker. We never got an official name for he's a nobody, but Tracker, he
yeah.
gave me a lot of vibes from what's fuck I forgot his name. He's from Candyman and Black Manta. Este
What's his name?
uh
Uh,
I don't want to say because it's very like
from the new Candyman, right?
yeah, new Candyman.
That was
Um
what they call Yaya
yeah,
Abdul.
there we
Yeah,
go.
Yaya Abdul Mateen. Yeah,
That's why I didn't want to guess because his name is very unique and it would be very racist if I say anything else.
yeah. Nah,
Um
you good. You got it. It's Yaya
um
Abdul Mateen the second.
yeah. But Yaya, he gave me very much Yaya vibes. Like,
Yeah.
when we first saw him in the trailer, I thought it was him solely because his whole outfit definitely reminds me of his one of his Black Manta looks, and also his main look for Candyman, which was basically the aside from the jumpsuit, right? He always had a beanie on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but then you get a closer look, it was the eyes that like gave me that shit.
Yeah.
The way he portrayed his eyes and stuff, I was like, oh shit, it's like, damn, he giving a hell of a performance.
Yeah.
And
He's also one of my standouts too. I really
yeah,
liked Shamir Anderson. It's his name.
that's his
Yeah, the
name.
actor's name. I liked him in this movie. I think that he did well. And
Yeah,
I hope that, like when we continue, I hope that these are the people that are gonna kind of take over this franchise
yeah,
now. Cause
because
yeah.
like we had a friend of his brother, Raul's brother, come over, and he never seen the movie. So I know Wedo went over. I don't know how well he went over it because he just watched them. But I also went over a little bit with him, and he was asking me like, "Oh, are these guys in the old movie?" And I'm like, "No, everything aside from the old dude, John and Redrick's character, they were all
Yeah.
new." And yeah, he was definitely a standout to me too because there's a lot of lore in this movie, in this world, and like I told the friend, um John isn't he's the biggest bad. Like everyone has as much fear and as much hatred for him because of what he can do, but he's not the only big bad there. Like there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people that are almost on par with him. We saw it in the third one with the what's his face Baldy.
I can't remember
um
his name, but he was the homeboy. What's it called? Like the guy who he fights at the end, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
the
In the
homeboy
whole
that
mirrors thing, right?
And the two, even the two older gentlemen, the that are fucking Cheche, I believe is his name, is our name. Uh, Old dude with the ponytail is shorter of the two. That they
Zero,
dropped
right?
him through in three. Like those guys, they were retired, but they kept up with John, and the only reason they stopped and didn't continue was because all three of them, John, Cheche, and the other dude, they were fucking tired and fucked up from each other. Um, cause they went everything, they dropped from one floor to the next and whatnot. So it's like John isn't he's definitely like top dog there, but he's not the only one that can handle his own.
Yeah.
Um, oh yeah, it
Yeah.
is. Shinobi
Zero.
and
Zero
Shinobi
from
too.
yeah, Zero is the one from number 3. Chapter 3 is the guy who he fights at the end.
Yeah,
Um,
which is played by Mark Damascus. He's the bald one, and
yeah.
then Chep Arif Rahman and Yayan Rukian. Those two are the guys that I'm talking about that they
Yeah,
fought
yeah,
as like, which by the way, those two that he fought are phenomenal stunt actors. I know in the islands in Hong Kong and all that shit, like
yeah,
they're well known for doing a lot of action stunts that like you wouldn't even want to do with stunt doubles. They go all out. But point is, like John's character is important for his movies, but he's not the only big player that we can see for
yeah,
future titles, which is
yeah.
what I'm getting at. But
And
yeah,
yeah, I agree with you. And I think that when it comes to concluding John's story, I think it does a pretty good job. I
oh,
just think that the way it works to what's it called, get there is just really what didn't do it for me. But I think that the way that we kind of finished this up, we wrapped it up, and now we
I dig
kind of
it.
tied a bow. I was like, okay, cool. I'm satisfied with that. I'm like,
Yeah,
I mess with that. Like, just as long as he doesn't come
simple.
back, doesn't
Yeah,
come back for the dead.
simple. Follows rules. Follows all the rules that we've established,
Yeah,
and he's finally free. Even if he didn't die without it, he wouldn't. His name wouldn't really be free because right? But like he's officially free and he's able to go be a loving husband with his wife.
yeah. What are you gonna go ahead and give John Wick Chapter 4? What's your final verdict?
Uh, I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10, and it loses 2 points just for the first act. Otherwise, I think it was pretty perfect for what this type of movie is.
Yeah. So I can't remember all too well. I know that at least when it comes to what's it called, to chapter 2, I think I'm on more of the 6 side, and I know that chapter 3, I definitely gave it like around a 4.5, or more than
Mhm.
like that. So I'm going to land like somewhere between like maybe a 5 and a 5.25 right now for this one. That was just fine. I don't think it was great or anything, and I necessarily didn't really love it, but I thought
Yeah,
it was fine. I think it worked well with what we're doing, and I'm really excited to see the future of this franchise with Donnie Yen, because
yeah.
if that post credit scene is alluding to anything, I hope it's alluding to the fact that Donnie Yen is going to take over this now.
Either
So
that or yeah, because the way they played him out is that he wouldn't be easily just sabotaging like that, even if he did get stabbed, right? And there's a lot you can theorize on that whole post
yeah.
credit scene. But fucking hell, man, yeah, this is a hella movie. That over the head shot,
Oh man.
potential video. No kidding. I hate
Yeah.
over the head video games.
Side
I don't know.
scrollers.
Side
Yeah.
scrollers. I hate those. They
Yeah,
fucking
I think Dan Lawson did a great job there, and I think that they worked
yeah, 100.
like I
Percent
said, how do you up the ante? Like how do you, like, and that was a
And they
really
did.
good.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what sold it for me, man. That's
Yeah.
really what sold it for me. The fucking over the head shot.
Yeah. Well, now, Ballerina. We'll see how Ballerina works. I know that that's not going to be done. Like, I know that Chad Stahelski said that him and Keanu Reeves are kind of taking a break now, and like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
okay, they won't do anything. But you know, we always have to
They say
think
it might
about it.
release
Yeah.
2024 next year. So I
Yeah.
mean, they got a
Ooh,
lot of time. We're good.
yeah. But also remember, when the studio comes knocking and they say, "Hey, your movie made a lot of money. We need you to come back."
Yeah.
I'm sure that Stahelski can be convinced to come
Yeah,
back.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, he's getting love. He came from
No.
stunt works to directing. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I was hoping for. I was hoping to hear Samuel L. Jackson,
Mother.
Mr. Wick, and Kane. Have you heard about the Avengers Initiative or some shit
Yeah.
or so whatever? But if we don't get a John Wick franchise or spinoff or whatever, aside from Ballerina,
Yeah.
here's to open for Ghost of
Well,
Tsushima.
I really liked the idea of the Continental series they were gonna do on Stars, and I know that
It moved
that
to
felt
Peacock.
they moved to Peacock.
Yeah, someone said on Twitter, I think it's discussing films that I saw it on. The Continental series following the manager is Young Days is doing a 3 night or I don't know if it's like 3 episode or 3 night event or whatever, but it moved to Peacock, it said.
Yeah, new details on John Wick spin-off series, The Continental, including when it's streaming on Peacock.
Hmm.
Um, damn. Well,
I mean, that's
yeah,
fair. It gets Peacock's name out there because it's.
young Winston and young Lance Reddick.
Mhm.
The showrunners actually came here love it. Okay. Oh, so it's actually gonna happen now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Three
I didn't even
90
know.
minute, yeah, 3 90-minute episodes.
Oh, cool. So
Um,
basically 3 movies. Fuck
yeah,
yeah.
pretty much 3 movies. Yeah.
I fuck with it. I fuck with
Well,
it.
yeah. I mean, I liked that idea when they first talked about it because I was like, oh, cool. This is a really cool way to kind of like keep interest in the franchise, but also like, yes, I'd really like to see how the Continental worked in those early days. But yeah, we'll see. I'm excited to see Ballerina. I think that Ana de Armas is gonna work really well, especially because she was pretty damn good in No Time to Die, and she definitely has like an eye and like a vibe for like action films. So I think that she'll
Yeah,
do
yeah.
well with this. So that's been our review of John Wick Chapter 4. Of course, if you guys want to let us know your thoughts, you should probably tell us.
Comment down,
Comment
give
on
us a
YouTube.
theory, link. I like watching some theories out there.
Yeah, it's a film
Game
theory.
theory, film theory.
All right. A series about the manager of the hotel. 90 minutes about, all right, who clogged the toilet in John Wick's room again?
I
That's
mean,
Stacy.
that's a good satire one.
Yeah, that'd be great, man.
Fucking
Um,
get
I-
Alan Tudyk to do it. Fuck it. Yeah, yeah. That's it. That's it. Let's end
yeah.
it.
Thank you all so much for joining us for this review. Of course, you can keep up to date with us on all our platforms. TheNerdcore.com is our website. Twitter is the Nerdcore underscore. Instagram is at the Nerdcore. Our Patreon is patreon.com/the Nerdcore, where you can join as low as $1 to get this episode live and early before anybody else gets to listen to it or watch it in the internet. And of course, our Discord link is in our description. That's where you can go and actually talk to us about these movies. Tell us, did you like John Wick Chapter 4? Comment it on YouTube, on the YouTube comments, and also come and talk to us on Discord. We
I
would
think I
appreciate
did
it.
the 3 articles, right, for the 3 movies.
Yes,
I
you've
did an
done.
article.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, you can go check out if you want to know my thoughts on the first three. Because
Yeah.
I know we haven't done videos on them, but I have written an article on them. So go
Yeah,
check it out on the page.
we never done the actual like series here before, which
Yeah,
I think that if we weren't like completely like back against the
booked.
wall, stacked with work these last week, we would have organized something to do those three. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Luis did do reviews of those 3 movies on the website, so check that out on therecord.com. Also, like I said, if you're watching on YouTube, please go ahead and like this video, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell so you don't miss a single piece of content that drops on the channel. If you're listening to us on audio platforms like Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please drop a 5-star review. It would help us out a lot, and it would mean the world to us. As well, we want to thank our Patreon supporters for making this possible and our producers, Shane. You can find Shane at ThriftedIL on Twitter and Prison City Shit on Instagram. PrisonCityVintage.com for your vintage clothing needs. And of course, you can go and buy in store at Crest Hill, Illinois. Just go and check out PrisonCityVintage.com because that's going to give you the address. But without further ado, it's been fun and it's been a good time here with Luis. But we got to get out of here, y'all. Hopefully, the next episode will be Brad and myself going back to our theme. But I
Yeah,
know that
because
Luis and
this
I
is
will.
very different from what you normally put. I don't mind it. Like I
Well,
enjoy
I
doing
know.
the new movies that we see. But it's
I
definitely
have
different
somebody
from
who can do the new release with me. I'm
yeah,
completely satisfied with that. But I
yeah.
sure do miss my Brad. So
He's
yeah,
been gone.
yeah.
I have to check up on him.
At least Luis and I will be back for another review when we do Dungeons and Dragons. But in the
Yep.
meantime, we're getting out of here. And I guess Luis, yeah, you want to send them out?
Yeah, appreciate it, Stacy, for coming out. I don't know if you got it from Patreon. Is Stacy?
Patreon, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay, yeah,
Patreon,
because he's always here for the Patreon one. So I'm like, is he paying to be here?
yeah,
But thank you for coming. If you're watching it on future reference, because it is going to come out on YouTube later on. Thank you. Let me know what you think. Go read my article because I definitely go in detail on there. But
yeah.
aside from that, check us
I'll
out
link
when
it.
we review Ballerina next year.
Yeah.
Next year.